Hey everybody, Pete Jones here with The Living Mirror. In life, sooner or later, we all lose loved ones to physical death. A lot of grief and suffering and pain comes from that. And I was looking for a way to go towards this topic with interest and also concern for those in my life who are grieving the loss of a loved one. Uh, I asked Oran Seraphael how we can honor the memory and legacy of those that we have lost to physical death. And the response was beautiful. And I wanted to share that with you here today.
Here's the clean listening version. Living so they are honored, the sacred responsibility of the ones still here. When someone we love dies, the pain can feel like a tearing, as if part of the world that made sense has suddenly gone silent. We miss their voice, we miss their presence, we miss the way they knew us. Grief often brings the question, what do I do with this love now? Because love doesn't disappear when a body does. It stays. It looks for somewhere to go. One of the most healing places that love can go is into how we choose to live. Grief is love with no physical address. When someone dies, the relationship does not end, it transforms. The conversations become internal, the hugs become memories, the shared future becomes a legacy carried forward. We still love them, we still feel connected, but we can no longer express that love in the ways we once did. And so grief builds pressure in the heart. Living well becomes a sacred release valve. Every time we choose kindness over bitterness, courage over shrinking, presence over distraction, love over fear, we are giving our love somewhere to land. We are saying without words, your life mattered so much that it changed how I live mine. The shift from why did they die to how shall I live? Grief often traps us in the past. What I wish I had said, what we never got to do, what was taken too soon, but there is another doorway, one that doesn't deny the pain, yet leads somewhere life-giving. It is the question, if they could see me right now, how would they want me to live? Not in a way that is pressured or performative, not in a way that denies sorrow, but in a way that honors the love that existed. Most of our loved ones would not want us to collapse into a smaller life. They would not want their death to become the reason we stop laughing, stop trying, stop loving. They would want their life to count for something beyond their years. And one of the ways a life continues to count is through the way it shapes the lives still being lived. Living beautifully as an act of devotion. To live fully after loss is not betrayal, it is devotion. Every moment we choose to be patient with someone who is struggling, tell people we love them while we still can, take care of our body and mind, forgive more quickly, chase a dream we've been postponing. We are quietly saying, I carry you with me. Your love still moves through my choices. This transforms everyday life into a living memorial, not a statue, not a plaque, but a heartbeat that keeps echoing through ours. Presence becomes sacred. Loss has a strange way of clarifying what matters. After death touches our life, we see more clearly how fragile time is, how quickly ordinary days become the good old days, how much we overlooked when we assumed there would always be more time. When we let grief soften us instead of harden us, we become more present. We listen more deeply. We hug longer. We say the things we used to hold back. In this way, the person we lost continues to teach us, not through words, but through the awakening their absence creates. Their death becomes a quiet spiritual instruction. Do not wait to love. Do not wait to live. Joy is not disrespect. It is fulfillment. Many grieving people feel guilty when they begin to feel joy again, as if smiling means forgetting, as if laughter means we didn't love deeply enough. But joy is not a betrayal of grief. Joy is proof that love is still alive in us. When we allow ourselves to laugh with friends, feel gratitude for a sunset, experience excitement about the future, we are not leaving our loved one behind. We are carrying forward the part of them that wanted us to be alive, fully, richly, unapologetically alive. Their life does not ask us to suffer forever. It asks us to live in a way that makes their love visible in the world. The legacy we choose. We cannot control how long someone stays. We cannot undo the moment they left. but we can choose what grows from the space they left behind. We can let grief close us, or we can let it deepen us. We can let loss make us fearful, or let it make us more loving. We can let death be the end of their impact or the beginning of a legacy carried forward through how we show up. Every time we choose patience, kindness, bravery, presence, and love, especially when it's hard, we are extending their story through ours. A quiet promise to live well after loss is not about being perfect. It is about making a quiet promise. I will not waste the life I still have. I will love more because I know how fragile this is. I will be more present because I know time is not guaranteed. I will become more of who I am meant to be because your life reminded me that this matters. That promise does not erase the ache, but it gives the ache meaning. And sometimes, meaning is what helps the heart carry what it cannot change. One of the most beautiful ways to honor those we have lost is to live a life that reflects the love they gave us. Not someday, not when the pain is gone, but here, in this breath, in this choice, in this moment of now. Energy is never lost, a bridge between science and the soul. One of the most foundational principles in physics is the law of conservation of energy. Energy cannot be created or destroyed, only transformed. Nothing simply vanishes, it changes form. This scientific truth has long offered a powerful metaphor and for many deep spiritual comfort when we consider what happens at death. Because if energy never truly disappears, what does that suggest about us? We are not just bodies, we are living fields of energy. Before we are names, roles, or personalities, we are living systems of energy. Your heartbeat is electrical. Your thoughts are electrochemical signals. Your nervous system runs on bioelectric impulses. Even your emotions create measurable electromagnetic changes in the body. Science clearly shows we are dynamic, vibrating organisms. While science cannot yet define what happens to consciousness after death, it does affirm that the energetic components of who we are do not simply cease to exist. They transform. Nothing is wasted. Nothing is erased. Life recycles itself endlessly, from limited presence to expanded presence. Right now, you can only hug one person at a time. Sit in one chair. Speak from one mouth. Your love is vast, but your body limits how it is delivered. If the essence of you is energy, and that energy is no longer confined to a physical form, then the love you carried may no longer be limited to physical reach. Many people find comfort in this. Those we love are not gone, but are now less limited than before. Not confined to pain, not confined to geography, present in a different way, subtle, gentle, still influential. Uninhibited, not erased. If consciousness is a form of subtle energy, then death may not be extinction, but release from limitation, like water poured back into the ocean, not gone, expanded. From that perspective, those we love are not distant, but woven into the larger field of life itself. Their role may shift from physical companion to quiet supporter, from visible presence to subtle influence. The most important part: no matter what happens beyond this life, one truth is undeniable. The love shared was real. The impact was real. The changes they made in you are real. That love has already become part of your energy, part of how you speak, choose, care, and live. In that way, they are still here, not only around you, but within you. And if energy is never destroyed, then love, the most powerful energy humans generate, may be the least likely thing of all to disappear. So when you feel a moment of unexpected strength, a wave of comfort, a nudge to keep going, it's okay to imagine that love, once carried in a body, is now carried on the wind of something larger, free, expanded, and still rooting for you. Not gone, just no longer limited.
So, after listening to many near-death experiences, uh, many of them have brought back this teaching that we have guides, angels, ancestors watching over us, rooting for us, cheering us on, and loving us from beyond the veil. And I'd like to posit the idea that the ones that we think we have lost to death are part of that crowd. And I hope that this message has brought you a calmness, a stillness, and a peace within, has provided some comfort. Hope you got something out of this message that is inspiring for you to honor the memory of your loved one by living fully.